Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was correct or not. If I was supposed to talk to her or not, or if I just, like, because it acted like it was going to leave, but everything was lit up, so I talked to her. But I was hoping we would talk about the terminal being messed up. So I'm going to save. Always do that because I don't want to fuck up anything. So I got this. I'll write my save. And then we're going to load, see if we have any autosaves from. Well, we don't have any autosaves from before that the error happened. I don't remember this happening previously with this. Maybe it will catch up where we're going to, I also want to go check the, wait a minute. Wasn't this way the last time? That wasn't this way last time I passed through here. Yeah. Even though it didn't, they didn't have this during the blackout. We saw it on the O'Brien. Maybe Dalton didn't replace this correctly. It must have been shaken loose during the battle. But it was definitely attached the last time I was here. I don't know if I should use that yet or not. That's what pissed me off with the input. Like, I'm pressing this and it's not responding. Definitely wasn't this way when I came through here earlier. You head over to the entrance and maintenance carway and heading way on beside you, leaning into the space to first look up and then downwards. The ladder extends in the gloom in both directions, and although you can only see up to a certain distance, you can't see anything unusual that you didn't hear and you didn't hear anything either. With a shrug, you move, pick up the panel, placing it back into the wall. It takes a little bit of trial and error, but eventually you get the panel attached again. You give it a few knocks for good measure. That should do for now. Yeah, I want to check up and down. We know the bridge is up and the sick bay is down, so I want to check there. But I want to check the vending machine to see if what it said. The doctor might not notice, one, but if I start stuffing chocolate under her pillow, I'm sure he'll catch on eventually. Yeah, the cup disappears. Can I still talk to Hera? Okay, I'm gonna fast travel because I don't feel like it. So maybe I'll move. I'll move just in case I can see something. I'm going, we're more worried about Cassie than, Dick-Face McGee up there. With only 2 beds, it was Hanson on one and Cassie on the other. I had to make do with being propped up the doctor's chair. I can't make out much that's going on here, probably for the best. Cassie. Hang in there, Cassie. Okay. Doesn't seem like there's much going on down here. From this day on, I'll always appreciate a nice working elevator. Okay, I'm going to check the bridge just in case, but I think someone's just hiding in it. this as much as I'd rather not have another conversation with Deathnote right now. Lieutenant Lord? You haven't noticed any strange activity recently, have you? Like what, Lieutenant? Like our entire ship losing power, even the backup systems? Or how we lost contact with the ship that we're supposed to rendezvous with? Lieutenant? Stow it. Or the sudden attack by a complete unknown machine? Lord, could I? Or how about, Lord, give me a chance to talk for 2 seconds. Now, listen to me, Lieutenant. Giving us a chance to launch into another tirade, instead just talk over him. I found a panel for the maintenance crawlway in the central hub on the floor. I'm just checking that nothing out of the ordinary has happened. Oh, is that all? Place your face in your palm, weary of the amount of effort you put in just to have a simple conversation with Vanessa. No, I don't see anything unusual going on. That idiot cadet must have put it back incorrectly. Tell him that. Alright, thank you, Lieutenant Lord. The answer that you've been after obtained, quickly shut down the conversation before your patience can. I am actually going to look more into this. First I'm going to check, see if I can talk to the chief about it. Hey Chief. About the machine in the hangar. Oh, okay. We're back on the bullshit with the machine in the hangar. Yeah, I think someone is in the air ducts, but that's my opinion. Not thoroughfare. I'm actually gonna check the armor too. I'm worried that's, you know. Everything here seems okay. I'm worried we're gonna encounter something like, huh? Now that I look at it, there's a few loose bolts in the bottom of this locker. And some of the weapons don't look like they're mounted quite right. Maybe they came loose during the battle. I'll get authority from the captain to tidy up this locker up later. Although, maybe I should bring it to her attention, just in case. Everything looks alright here. Okay, shit's going on. You try to block his handle, but there's no give indicating that the lock is engaged. Without authority from the bridge, no one's getting in here. It looks like some stuff came loose during the battle, so I'll have to get the captain to go ahead before I can open this up and tidy it. I think someone's stolen some weapons. Move. Go ahead. What's up there? I'm gonna check the hangar. I'm gonna talk to Dalton. Put that beforehand. I want to talk. Dalton's busy with getting the engine module removed from Hanson Juno. I should leave him to his work. Poor kid. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like a Trojan horse you've got on board. Well, I can't see anything it's going to do anything. Soon, when we get the factory a little bit better. Vault over railings and clicked off gently towards the strange Jane, taking every visual detail you slowly pull over. Grabbing on the protrusions from the mask, foam, you direct yourself, continuing to inspect the machine from a different perspective. You calmly and methodically get the process 3 times more before returning to the catwalk near the hangar entrance. Like the chief said, there was any sort of hatch or cockpit. This thing might be powerful, but there's no way a pilot will be able to break through all this. Go to the mess hall. We'll ask Haru if they've seen anything. Although Haru was keeping these to himself right now, he felt that with things the way they were aboard the ship, it's good to check in with everyone. Pull up a seat next to the pilot and give you a flicker of recognition before continuing slowly to pick it. You pull up a seat next to the pilot who gives you a flicker of recognition before continuing to slowly pick at their pancakes. Ensign Romney, how are you doing? Probably better than you after that landing night. I don't think I'd be seeing you out of the sick bay so soon. Yeah, I was lucky that. I think we've already seen this. Just talking to everyone, asking if they've seen anything weird. ODs. Yeah, Lieutenant? How come you're not listening to me? Well, we already talked about this. You're just gonna piss him off. Lieutenant, you don't need to piss off D's any more than he already is pissed off. Yeah. So yeah, we know shit's going on. I'm gonna check my room just in case, because where my terminal was acting up too. Just check Cassie's too again too. See, it's fine now, but there's definitely something going on with the computer system. Everywhere the captain wanted me to, since I'm here, should I report to the captain? Okay, I'm calling the gun box. No, I'm just gonna get it. She knew that I want to check it. I want to check out Cassie's room, and then I think we're going to... Oh yeah, the terminal was weird that was active in the first place, though. Okay. Actually, what we should check, to... I'm kind of paranoid now. Memory. Airlock. So just checking out everywhere. The captain wanted me to. She's in here, should I report the captain? Oh, sure, sure. Nah, just not the few things I want to check out. Okay. I'm just scared someone's gonna fucking open the airlock like on the O'Brien. This looks like a normal working order. Let's see, any threat throwing towards us? Take a look. Nothing that I can see. I'm gonna save again. I'm gonna talk to the captain. Maybe? Thinking about it. Yeah, we haven't had any autosaves. I don't know if I think I've talked everywhere. Yeah, we're gonna report to the captain. Well, I've not found anything that really needs reporting, but there's nothing else I need to do right now, so I should talk, let the captain know I've finished with patrol. Yeah, we found things that needed reporting. What kind of security officer are you, Knight? After briskly making your way to the captain's quarters, you find yourself stood outside the familiar insignia marker. About to mount yourself before you can, instead you move your hands part of open as you let a loud yawn. Stop midway through your exhalation, interrupted by a twinge of pain in your neck as you raise your arm. Roll your neck a few times, but this does nothing to shift the discomfort that you're now feeling. It seems like the painkiller the doctor gave you is beginning to wear off. Fly quickly turned at the previous interrupted yawn. Partners what you doing the best to ignore since you returned the gun dog was now hitting you hard, and you were suddenly very aware of the physical and emotional toll past you are taking on you. As you feel exhaustion spread through your body, you hope that after you make the report to the captain, would command Haru to take over the security detail once you get some rest. You think you trust Haru to fucking take over the security detail? I also hope that following your conversation, the captain didn't have punishment in store for you. You mulled over the protocols you'd broken and knew that she was well within her rights to dismiss you to your quarters here and now. Sigh again, much more deeply, and swallow your apprehension. Being mindful not to agitate the pain in your neck further, you slowly raise your hand and attentively knock on the captain's door. Enter. You hear the captain announce from the other side. Yeah, we haven't had any sleep. We've only had like one hamburger, which we did not agree with because it had pickles and then Haru grossed us out. Ah, Lieutenant Knight. I assume we've come with me a complete report of patrol this time? Because I am not in the mood for discussion about anything else. You shut your eyes briefly and draw a deep breath, mustering energy to engage with the captain. Yes, ma'am. And release your breath slowly. Conversation with the captain could be exhausting due to how little effort you seem to put into them. Right now, you felt very real need to conserve your energy. Having visited the fire control, the bridge, and the engine room, aside from the existing issues with the long-range communication system sensors and NPTs, there's nothing new to report. We got stuff to fucking report. We've got the fucking computer system fucking around. We've got the panel being off. We've got our terminal being weird. Cassie's being on, even though no one was there. And Cassie was in sick bay. We have the issue the chief mentioned where the, her system reset itself. We've got Lord being weird as fuck. And it's said we'll mention it to the captain as soon as we can. With the exception of a few minor technical issues that appear to be a result of our battle with the craft, I can't find anything untoward or immediately suspicious. We found suspicious stuff. We found the weapons cabinet was fucked up. There's no sign of an intruder that I've been able to observe. I think we kind of we have signs of an intruder. I see. So everything in order? Clench your jaw at the stifling yawn. As you catch a glimpse of the captain's bed and annex that serves as your bedroom, you find yourself desperately craving your standard issue bunk. On the patrol route, at least, yes. Good to hear. Do your best to step on the beyond while your captain dismiss you. In that case, Lieutenant, you relax slightly, aware of the order to finish your day and pass the torch to someone else. I want you to head to the sick bay and get an update on Ensign Croix's status. Tense up again, the process of immediate rest now pulled out from under you. Ensign Croix, madam. Yes, Lieutenant. When I first spoke to Dr. Rosarium, he advised me that the procedure should have been finished some time ago and that Ensign Croix should be ready to resume duty shortly after. I need to brief Ensign Croix on his new responsibilities, but I've yet to hear anything from the doctor. Lieutenant, I need to head to the sick bay and find out what the delay is. Understood? You allow your weariness to creep over you, but it had been bearable because of the expectation that once you report to the captain, your duties would be done. Now that, though, with another task foisted on you, it felt almost overwhelming. With Herculean effort, you hide from the captain, throw a swift salute to acknowledge your new task. Like, she didn't even put her fucking booze away. Yes, ma'am. Understood. Very good. Dismiss, Lieutenant. Maintain your posture until you left the captain's quarters, but as the door closes behind you, all you can do is not slump to the floor. This must be the last thing she has for me to do today. There's no way. Sigh deeply and pinch the bridge of your nose, taking a moment to wallow in your exhaustion until you feel ready to face the latest challenge. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's more stuff I should have looked at, because, we've seen some shady fucking shit, and, that should have been, could have said, like, we think there might be an intruder on. Like, we think someone went up in the ducts in the central computer room, which also might, like, is that a way to get in there? Like, where does it go? We would like to talk to the chief, but the chief does not want to talk about that. Alright, let's go. As soon as I check to Hanson for the captain, I can get some rest. I can do everything else after I've had some sleep. Yeah, I expect to go down there and fucking shit's gone down because we didn't, there's someone in the airlock, in the, maintenance area. I'm lucky I can send Hanson straight to the captain on his own and get some time to catch up with Cassie if she's feeling well enough. to go in there right now. I just need to get Hanson and go to bed. At least I can take these, one of these to sick bay rather than have to clamber up and down that ladder. It won't let me go to the bridge, I know, I'm pretty sure it won't. But what was taking longer than it needs to? I found out what's going on with Hanson Center. Today ends. Can I actually go... I'm just checking to see if it will tell me I can't buy a chocolate bar. Can't go in the mess hall. So as I checked on Hanson per capita, I can get expressed. I can do everything else after Hanson. Okay, it's just gonna repeat what we've had. Yeah, that's not ominous at all. Checking this. Just checking how long I've been streaming, because I know something's probably going to go down here. I don't trust it. Poor Lieutenant Knight needs a nap. My, obey me, stat, like, you know, personal message for my profile has been like, Barbados needs a nap, for like 2 years now. I'm just double checking to see how long I've streamed. My anniversary's coming up actually this week. I think it's Thursday. My 4 years of playing Obey Me. Okay, we've only been recording like a half hour now. Since that I pressed the wrong button. So I guess rear wall of the elevator and shut your eyes, savoring the brief moment of relaxation that comes from resting on the cool metal of the wall, listening to the gentle hum of the elevator's movement. You stay this way, seconds away from drifting off to sleep until you feel the elevator begin to slow. You wearily open your eyes and push off the wall, standing upright. Lazily bring your hand up to your eyes to shield them from the harsh glare you know will come from the sick bay's lighting. As your eyes adapt to the light, the first thing you catch your attention is a glitter like shimmer from the floor at the far side of the room. Once your vision is adjusted, quickly realize that the sparkles are caused by the high-powered lights reflecting off fragments of broken glass that are scattered all over the floor. Doctor! Yeah, that's what I figured. Slumped over his desk is Dr. Rosarium. As you approach him, the dread is filled with nausea. You see his once organic eye remains open, staring straight downwards, but devoid of life. Doctor, damn it! Quickly draw your electroshock weapon as you look over to the bed with Cassie on it. Cassie? Seeing her lying still, you move swiftly to check that she's alright and feel a rush of relief as you see her chest rise and fall. A shiver runs down your spine as you hear the sound of someone stepping on broken glass behind you. Hold your breath, wait for a single second, and then swing around and bring your gun to bear on where you hear the noises coming from. As you swing your arm around, it's immediately intercept it, stopping its arc before you can aim where the noise behind you comes from. All you have time to process is fist flying towards you, striking you against square on the chin. Nothing you can do but stagger backwards. Within a second, you're unconscious. I'm betting it was Hanson that punched us. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm really like in a Pokemon game now. ... Wake up, Lieutenant. Asleep on the job? You and your girlfriend are too much alike. That's my future wife there. Lord, what's... Finally, I was beginning to think that you decided to copy your Lieutenant Commander and play Sleeping Beauty for the rest of the mission. Cassie, is she? Arg. In the same moment that you sit, how quickly a lance of pain strikes you in the base of your skull and you wince, gritting your teeth and squeezing your eyes shut. I wouldn't make any sudden movements over you if I were you. We found you knocked flat out on the floor of the sick bay. Looking at the way you fell, you must have taken a serious blow. A shame. It's not like we've got a doctor to deal with that kind of thing anymore. Move more slowly this time. You bring yourself upright and maneuver so that you're sitting on the edge of your bunk. You keep your head bowed as you tentatively feel the back of where you'd hit the floor. Head bowed as you tentatively feel the back of where you hit the floor. Doctor was there and he's dead. You did not have to get a good look at him, but must not get a good look at him, but someone pulled his plug. Kind of funny when... Okay, Lieutenant Lord, that's enough. What about Commander Quinn, is she... What, you don't want to know more about the doctor? Aren't you already planning your investigation? Shouldn't you be asking me if there's any information that might help you find them? Turn to look Vanessa straight in her eyes, your face a stern expression of disapproval. Just tell me how content Commander Quinn is doing, Lord. She's unscathed, Lieutenant. As always, she's managed somehow to come out of things absolutely fine. We've moved her to a quarters for the time being to keep her secure. Good, okay. Place your elbows on your knees and place your head up to your hands. Slide your temples in an attempt to reduce the pain that has traveled up your neck and into your forehead. I would put it past Lord to play this as that Cassie had somehow got up, murdered the doctor, and then punched me out. What happened? I went in the sick bay and saw Doctor was there on his desk, went over to Commander Quinn, and then you remember spinning around to aim your electroshock weapon at whoever had been behind you, but you hadn't managed to get a good look at them before they knocked you out. I got knocked out. What happened after that? Well, lucky for you, Ensign Croix was in the surgery wing, waking up after his procedure. He saw the silhouette of your fight through the glass and hit an emergency alarm. I wouldn't put it past it to have been him that punched me. Although whoever it was managed to escape before Croix could make his way out of the surgery ring or anyone else could get there. It makes it twice that he saved you in this mission. Maybe you should be reporting him to head of security instead. Really, I thought, whilst cringing internally, having Hansen think for your survival is becoming uncomfortably calm and ignorance. So what's the current situation then? Do we know? As you stand same pain for early return, you sit back down, wincing over your neck. Fortunately, Lieutenant, no, we don't know anything. Our head of security taking a nap and everyone on high alert at their stations. We've not managed to have a chance to investigate. But don't you worry, Lieutenant Knight. We've got Ensign Croix and Romney taking care of security operations until you recover. All ships on lockdown at the moment. All planes are restricted purely to the necessary duty areas for each crew member and access only be granted from within the room if someone else wants to enter. So the captain's happy for you to take your time to recover. Captain Bartram Muse doesn't want to be back on duty immediately. Why are you here? Lieutenant, we're crewmates. Can I stop by to check on your recovery? Yeah, you're not that type of person, Vanessa. You shoot this at a stern expression, raise your eyebrow, but staying silent. Oh, fine, Lieutenant. I want you to understand the full stakes of what's happening right now. We're stuck here with no communication systems, our doctor is dead, our lieutenant commander is conveniently out of action for the foreseeable future, we've got a hostile craft sat in their hangar, and with all this going on, Captain Skies just look things down and carry on. Considering the circumstances, you think she'd got a bit more of a practiced approach, wouldn't you say? Lord, what are you getting at? Nothing, Lieutenant, don't worry about it. For now. You want to make sure you're up to speed at current events in case you need to make any decisions, that's all. Anyway, take these and get some sleep. The reactor will start as Vanessa throws a small packet of painkillers to you. Catch it and turn it over your hands. You notice the box is slightly crumpled and pull a small fragment of glass out from where it had been lodged between the box's tabs. We'll be needing you, Lieutenant, soon. Yeah, I don't trust you, Vanessa. Your talk, like, you've been, since before we went on the O'Brien, you've been very, kind of mutiny. Like, there. Look up on the package as Vanessa turns to leave the room. I don't know if I trust taking a pill from her. Anyway. Yeah, it's gonna lock me in my fucking room. If you say anything else, she exits the room and steps out into the corridor behind you with the door hissing shut behind her soon after. As Lieutenant John, take the opportunity to look over your packet again before placing it down next to your bunk. You make another attempt to stand up, although you're more cautious about it this time. Arg. Despite how gingerly you've been risen to your feet, You feel the pain in your neck had still reappeared before you were even upright. With a sigh of defeat, you open the box Nessa had given you and extract 2 tablets from the packaging, quickly tossing them into your mouth and swallowing. Slowly lie back down the bunk, resting your head on your pillow. And you lie down and you go over what Vanessa had told you. Dr. Rosarium was dead, but Sandra was fine. Whoever had been responsible hadn't been apprehended, and the whole ship was on high alert. You began to think over who the assailant could be. You couldn't think of a motivation for a single crew member attacking the doctor. Although, now that you think about it, the display of the sick bay was very similar to what you saw on the ground. What had happened there was happening here. Plus, what was Vanessa talking about, making decisions for her. Your mind slows as the medication kicks in, and your thoughts lazily drift from one subject to another. Though you do your best to keep thinking about a dramatic shift in circumstance, you feel yourself begin to slip out of consciousness and back into the exhausted slumber that Vanessa had interrupted. Last thing you remember before drifting off to sleep was that as soon as you were awake, you knew the first thing you'd be doing was visiting Cassie. April 24th, Planetary Calendar 214. After recovering from the attack, Lieutenant Knight awakens in their quarters to a full 24 hours later to find that they are yet to receive any instructions. With no pending orders, they decide to check in with Lieutenant Commander Quinn to see if they have recovered from their affliction. Yeah. A lot of theys here. And not she. Like it should be, with no pending orders, she decides to check in on Lieutenant Commander Quinn to see if she has recovered from her affliction. Anyway. Jovian Space, Lieutenant Knight's quarters, the Jovian patrol ship JFS Gundog. I thought it was going to start me up in Cassie's room. Reaching above you and interlace your fingers, you lean back, touching your back and your neck. As you release that last moment's tension, your body, you sigh. Thanks, what seemed like some bed rest has all that you needed to shift the accumulated aches and pains that you gained over the course of yesterday. Some sleep, coupled with shower and a change of uniform, had left you feeling a completely new person, almost as if nothing had happened at all. Although, despite how reinvigorated you felt, there was no way you could ignore what had happened. Still, there had been no more alerts, and you had not received any orders by your terminal, assigned you hope that everything was going well. I don't know if I trust that terminal, since it was acting up earlier. That you were full recovery, you had resolved to start the investigation into what happened. Who had murdered Dr. Rosarium and attacked you. Yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm going to start yawning myself. So, I think we're going to head out. First, you'll be visiting Cassie. Doesn't look like you've received any updated instructions or orders, but I had the captain, so the captain was happy for me to rest as long as I needed to. Guess it means Hanson and Harry have been picking up the security patrols. I'll probably be hearing about that from them soon. One hell of a nap. Maybe I shouldn't have trusted Vanessa's choice of medication so readily. Still, I'm feeling a lot better. It must have really needed it. My late uncle used to say, like, if they didn't need the rest, they wouldn't be resting. Like, when you're sleeping, if you oversleep. I've not had any orders, but I should get moving and see how Cassie's doing. Hopefully she's recovered by now. No time for me right now. Still can't turn the lights off. I gotta leave lights on for now. I forgot to look at my dresser drawers. It feels so good to be in a fresh uniform. You really work up a sweat in these spacesuits. And those spacesuits. Let's see. You work your way through the terminal's menus, checking for any new orders, mail instructions, etc. that may have come through between you when you were checked after you woke up and now. Nope, nothing. Actually, what do I have in my items? I still have my items. Yeah, I still have a few things. Stepping out of the quarter, beyond the quarters, you barely make it halfway to Forsyth Thoroughfare before an announcement sounds out over loudspeakers. You instantly recognize that this is despite the slight distortion caused by the speakers. Attention all hands, repeat, attention all hands. Lieutenant Vessel Lord, all members of the crew are to assemble on the bridge for emergency briefing. Attention all hands, I repeat, attention all hands. An announcement was made a few times until eventually you hear the subtle pop of the speakers indicating Vanessa stopped broadcasting. Emergency briefing? You quickly make it through the ship towards the bridge, only stopping once you're outside the elevator. Run your keycard to the reader and wait a little longer than usual. You only assume that whoever is at the bridge is taking a few seconds to authenticate your ID, grant your permission to enter. Soon enough, the door opens and you step inside. Yeah, I couldn't skip this and go directly to Cassie because it says, like, if there's a cutscene going on, it will play instead of going fast travel. You stand alone in the elevator listening to the dull whir of the motor. You wonder why the captain had called this meeting. Had she come up with a plan to apprehend the attacker? Had Haru and Hansen uncovered some plot whilst she had been resting? Or had something even worse happened that the whole crew needed to be made aware of? After a short wait, the doors slide open and you step onto the bridge. Where you'd expect to see the captain, instead you see Vanessa sat in the captain's chair, flanked by Haru and Hansen. Lieutenant Knight, glad to see you're so enthusiastic. Please wait there until the rest of the crew join us. What's this about, Vanessa? Where's the captain? I'll address that once everyone is here, Lieutenant. I said this is no time for screwing around. What's going? Take it easy, Lieutenant. Ensign Rumney swaggers up to you, placing their hand on your shoulder before moving away behind you. Yeah, Hansen and Haru are reminding me of, like, her dogs. Like, Harley Quinn has those two hyenas. Or, like, guard dogs. I don't like this. Lieutenant Lord just needs you to be patient and wait for a few minutes until the big announcement. Your posture stiffens and you feel something blunt thrust into the small of your back, cough enough that, unlike Cassandra's prank when you first came aboard, this isn't a pen. You better listen to what Ensign Rumney tells you, Lieutenant. They like to be in charge and don't take kindly to people who try to get on top of them. You know from experience, Hansen? Feel the blunt object slide around your back to your side as Haru steps around you, keeping their arm gripped over your shoulders. Price should know he's speaking from experience. Yeah. Glance down to see what protruding from underneath the jacket they're always carrying around is the muzzle of a large handgun. Not an electric shotgun like yours, but a lethal weapon. Okay. Yeah, this shit's getting serious now. I was hoping to play until I got to see Cassie again, but I don't think I can stand for that. Vanessa, what the hell are you? She told you to wait, man. Gone to step forward towards Vanessa, but Haru emphasized the point progressively down deeper into your side. Quickly stop, letting them draw you back to where you stood. There we go, good choice, Lieutenant. Just let me look after you, and we'll both have a good time. Before you can respond, there's a small electronic chirp sound from the captain's chair. As you look down, the control panel enters a quick series of commands. You hear the whir of the elevator enter. After a few seconds, the doors open, revealing Dalton, who nervously steps onto the bridge. Are they just gonna fucking kill Dalton now? I heard the announcement, and, that's good, Cadet. Thank you for being so prompt. Do me a favor and stand over there by the lieutenant, would you? Oh, yes, ma'am. Will do. As Cadet makes your way over to your side, you look at Lieutenant Lord, staring at her with silent fury. Yeah. That's a mood. Oh, you get his response to the slight grin. Much as you love to wipe that look from her face, you know that Hansen would be on top of you the moment you tried to disarm her. You couldn't rely on Dalton to remain calm in that kind of situation either. There's a good chance that he would get caught at any crossfire. Instead, you just remain silent. That's good you're feeling better, Lieutenant. I was really worried when I heard about what happened to you at the sick bay. Thanks, Dalton. The smirk looked increasingly sinister. Vanessa shakes her head at you, causing you to stop your response midway through. Ma'am? You haven't had much time to resent Vanessa's subtle malice when you hear the same electronic chirp as earlier. After Vanessa repeats the previous process, Dylan soon appears. Well, great atmosphere in here, huh? Dylan looks to all you, but after receiving no response, he brings his headphones up to his ears and reaches into a jacket pocket. You hear the click of the cassette player, watch enviously as he drifts off into his music. Doesn't take long after that for the chief to arrive. Surprised Vanessa didn't fucking threaten him for, you know, putting his headphones on. Much like Dylan, she takes the stock of the silence and doesn't interrupt it, instead standing silently by one of the control panels. They all stand in this awkward silence with no one either daring or willing to break quiet that fills the bridge. Although you notice a few furtive glances from the chief as she surveys the room, and some looks shared between her and Hansen as they keep the rest of the crew under surveillance, everyone remains relatively still. Laying back in the chair and crossing her legs, Vanessa positions her elbow on one of the armrests and rests her head on her hand. Don't worry, everyone. We're just waiting for the captain to arrive, and then things can begin. There's a round of uncomfortable looks that pass between Dylan, the chief, and Dalton. After a moment, the chief steps forward as to say something. Lieutenant Lord, what are... Wait for the captain to get here, Chief. Well, all makes sense then. Yeah, I don't think the captain's probably going to be coming. You can sense the chief mull over the response, and although it takes a few seconds, she steps back, taking her previous position by the control panel. Silence on the bridge, which had clearly never been designed to hold as many people at once, continues to drag on until eventually broken by the now familiar chirp of an access request. And here she is now. Lieutenant Lord, what are you doing calling in unauthorized all hands? And what are you doing in the captain's seat? A level of tension that was already present suddenly explodes, suspense saturating the air. You feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up as the realization what Vanessa is planning hits you. I think we kind of hid us beforehand, but it wouldn't let me tell anyone. Game's like, oh, we'll let the captain know as soon as we get a chance, and then it's like, oh, we can't talk about that. It's like the Chief, Dalton, and Dylan, your eyes flick from the captain to Vanessa. Well, it's my seat after all. What did you just say? Striding forward with intensity and purpose, the captain raises her right hand across her body and swings to strike Vanessa. Careful, Barton mused. You don't want to get written up for striking a superior officer, do you? At the last moment, Hansen's arm reached out, viper quick, and he grabbed the captain by the wrist before she could bring the back of her hand down on Vanessa. I really don't like Hansen. Oh, fuck. Christ, you release me immediately. Christ, you idiot you. Hey. Hey, how about everyone calms down for a moment, huh? Stepping away from you, Hera reveals a handgun they've been hiding under their jacket and waves it around lazily before walking over to stand on the opposite side of Vanessa from Hansen. Now we all understand who's in charge here. This is mutiny? Yeah. Take your arm back from Hansen. The captain turns to face you while it's pointing at Vanessa. Lieutenant Knight, detain these three immediately. You move your hand towards your holster electroshock weapon, but find yourself hesitant for a brief instant. I'm gonna save. Seems like a good point to save. I'm going to follow her orders. But I have a feeling someone's gonna get shot. You grab your weapon before you can draw it halfway out of the holster. Both Hera and Hansen are pointing the guns right at you. Admiral Lieutenant. But you're not that stupid, are you? Don't worry, I told you. I know you're just following orders like any good member of the JCF would, so I won't hold it against you. If you holster that weapon right now. Guys from Vanessa, Hansen, and Hera, whose weapons are both trained on you. Although Hera's expression is hard to read due to their shades, you sense a steely coolness in Hansen's eyes, telling you that he'd have no hesitation to pull the trigger at Vanessa's order. Yeah, we don't feel bad shocking you in that alternate timeline, bucko. Knowing that you wouldn't be able to draw your weapon before, you begin down, and when the two pilots are clearly willing to do so, you release your grip on the weapon and slowly raise your hands. Good choice. I won't stand for this, all of you. Price? Yes, ma'am? Within the blink of an eye, Hansen steps up to the captain, balls his hand in a fist, and swiftly strikes her in the stomach, causing her to double over. Price? Slow down, Lieutenant. Captain staggers backward, clutching her stomach before falling to her knees, retching in pain. Stepping towards Captain, Hansen cracks his knuckles. Not like you don't have this coming, Barton mused. As he reaches down, the captain grabs her by the collar, dragging her back to her feet. Began to putting Yanked towards himself before immediately shoving her back and releasing her, sending her lurching backward before she falls to the floor. Now, if we hadn't told Hanson about the report, I don't know if this would be this violent or not. Croix, that's enough. Damn it, Croix, stop. That'll be enough, Ensign Croix. I'm sure she's willing to listen now. Unless anyone has any other objections. The look on his face when he was doing that, like holding the gun, he's like, That's what I thought. Crossing her legs, arises with Captain's chair, Vanessa takes over formal posture and walks into the middle of the bridge. I, Lieutenant Vanessa Lord, as of 1700 Jovian Standard Time, April 24th, Planetary Calendar 214, in accordance with the Jovian Colony Fleet Convention, Section 16, Article 7, announce myself the new captain of the JFS Gundog. I justify my announcement through Section 16, Article 9, on the grounds that neither the captain nor her second-in-command are fit for duty based on medical circumstances. As we don't currently have a doctor aboard, I'm forced to make the assessment based on my own discretion. In addition to this, under Jovian Colony Fleet Convention Section 16, Article 12, I am limiting both the previous captain and lieutenant commander to their quarters on the suspicion of treason. Lord, what the hell are you? Spring forward to grab Vanessa, your hand already on your electroshock button. Before you can get to her, you're immediately stopped by Haru, whose pistol is crammed deep into your stomach. There's only so many times I'm going to tell you to stay cool, Lieutenant. Looking past Haru and smug Vanessa, you can see that Hanson has similarly leveled his gun at Chief and Dylan, both of whom step backwards. If you care to let me explain, we are currently in the middle of a situation that goes beyond negligence and incapability. Lieutenant Lord. Captain hisses, staggers to her feet, one arm over her stomach. You stop this now, or... Eric. With a slap that echoes across the bridge, Vanessa sends the captain, who was unsteady on her feet, reeling. As she falls back to the floor, Dalton moves to help her, but is quickly blocked by her. As I was saying, it's clear that both Maris Bartimeus and Cassandra Quinn are traitors. Expect me to believe the captain and her second-in-command are both incapacitated exactly when the clearance needed to maintain ship operations. Well, we know the captain was self-inflicted, but Cassie, we're lucky she didn't get fried by how much the O'Brien's crew got fucked up. And that somehow unknown craft, clearly made by our enemies, manages to make its way into her hangar, having already destroyed the O'Brien from within and killing its crew. Don't tell me it's a coincidence, it's clearly treachery. Gundog and the O'Brien are obviously both offered as test data for a new enemy weapon, and Bartimeus and Quinn are the traitors who sold us out. Why else would they keep us from reactivating the Gundog? How else would that craft have gotten aboard without help? Why would Quinn be mysteriously out of sight when that happened? And then Dr. Rosario ends up dead when she's in his care. What did he find out? Did she decide he knew too much? Not only is Quinn a traitor, she's a murderer too. Or that's insane. How the hell could? You want to be careful, Lieutenant. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt since you were the one that brought the Gundog back online and were with Ensign Croix during that attack. But your close association with Lieutenant Quinn, with Commander Quinn, means that I've had my eyes on you for a while and by no means confident that you've nothing to do with this. That you're nothing to do with this. Not you, but you're nothing to do with this. Yeah. After all, Ensign Croix didn't see anyone else in the sickbay after the doctor's murder except for you and Quinn. He just said he witnessed the attack through the window. How could I have? Arg. Very suspicious. So for now, it seems that I can trust you. So as per Section 16, Article 12, announcing that all crew present, with the exception of Maris Bartimeus, have the choice as whether they wish to continue to serve under my rightfully mandated authority, or if they like to maintain their allegations to a traitor, if they would like to maintain their allegiance to a traitor and be treated as co-conspirators when we get back to Europa Colony. Agnes in silence fills the room as Vanessa stands proudly among the crew who shift nervously. Hanson and Haru keep their guns trained on the crew on each side of the room, compounding to the uneasy quiet. Don't worry, I'll be happy to take any lack of response as information. As the silence drags on, it's clear that none of the crew are on board with with the idea, but at the same time, it's obvious that none of them have enough loyalty to the captain to justify the risk of being charged with treachery. For you, though, this isn't about the captain, it's about Cassie. Lord, you think about what you're doing. Taking medical command is one thing, but accusing the captain and Cassie of treason is. It sounds awful lot like a no, Lieutenant. Grit your teeth and breathe in. We'll go with it's a no. We're gonna get shot, aren't we? There's no way I'd join with your scheme. This is nothing but your personal grudge. Your grudge. You saw a chance and you took it. There's no way the JFC would take your side on this. That's a shame, Lieutenant. I really thought you had more sense than that. But I suppose this is no surprise. At least it resolves matters. Price, nothing personal, Knight. Orders are orders. Shifting his focus on the Chief and Dalton to you, Hanson walks across the room, stopping almost with her arm up from underneath the slowly recovered captain, who was again attempting to turn her feet, sending her back towards the back to the floor. Make life easy for both of us, huh, Lieutenant? Turning on her heels, Vanessa returns to the captain's chair, sitting down with a smug expression on her face. Chief Ensign Cadet Grange, I want these engines online now. As soon as they're operational, we'll be heading back to the Europa colony. Ward Officer Dees, I want you back in fire control to remain on high alert. We're going to assume we're in enemy territory, and I want you on lookout for any hostile activity. Understood? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What's that, Chief? Engineer Carthays? Yes, Captain. You're all dismissed. With that, the 3 crew members quickly depart for the bridge with a single elevator leaving you with Vanessa, the 2 pilots, and the captain. Ensign Rumney, you take care of Miss Bartomuse. Sure thing, Captain. Shoving the gun in the back of the waistband, Haru walks over to the captain and lackadaisically delivers a kick to the captain's stomach, causing her to heave and hurl in a fetal position. I'm surprised the gun doesn't go off, because that doesn't seem like a good, like, they're very, you know, used to handling weapons. Come on, Bartomuse, let's get going. Dragging the captain upright, Haru holds on to her until she's ready to stand, shoving her towards the elevator as soon as she can stagger towards. Once they're both in the elevator, the pilot turns to you, looking over the top of the shade, the doors slide closed. You made a bad choice, Knight. As soon as the doors in the elevator containing Haru and the captain are closed, the doors in the other open, and you feel the muzzle of Hanson's gun is thrust into your back. One more thing. Keep his gun firmly pressed while your back. Hanson leans around your side and draws an electroshock weapon from its holster. Side back and slides the weapon into the pocket of his jacket before gripping his gun in both hands and turning the muzzle to the small of your back. Don't want you getting any ideas. Take her away, Hanson. Yes, ma'am. Hanson shoves his gun harder into your back, and you reluctantly comply, walk across the bridge and into the waiting elevator. Yeah, Haru want me to thank you, bucko, but I don't think we're gonna thank you. Once in, you turn around, Hanson keeps his gun trained on you, and behind him you can see Vanessa staring at you from the captain's chair. That's a real shame, Lieutenant. I had high hopes for you. Before you're able to tell Vanessa that you hope for her, the doors slide closed and you're left in silence with Hanson. As you arrive in the central hub, you're summarily shunted at the gunpoint through the ship towards your quarters. Once inside, Hanson gestures towards the terminal at the side of the door. Understanding his instruction, you take out your keycard and run through the reader and enter your security code. As soon as the door opens, Hanson snatches the card out of your hand and shoves you into the room, causing you to stagger your way inside. Leaning nonchalantly against the door frame in its boot position to stop the door from closing automatically, Hanson looks at you wordlessly. He remains silent for a few seconds with a ruminative expression on his face till you manage to stand back up and turn to face him. Once you regain your composure, he straightens up and angles his gun towards you. You know, Knight, I was beginning to come around on you. What's that supposed to mean? Hanson smirks. The stuff you've done, you're actually kind of alright. You might not be the character you were back on the Galley anymore. Thanks. Good to know I've changed your mind. Hey, don't get too ahead of yourself, Knight. You might not be a character, you're still an idiot. You should have gone with the rest of the crew inside with Laura. Now you, Bartomuse, and your girlfriend are going to get pulled up on treason. There's no way the JFC is going to believe her. You, Lord Rumney, you're all going to get court-martialed for mutiny. I don't know about that night. Lord's got some pretty serious evidence. Got it all figured out. This is how it ends, Lieutenant. You're going down for some third-rate captain and your airhead girlfriend. Hope it's worth it. It's a shame. I'm kind of looking forward to grabbing a drink with you and Rumney back in Europa. Whatever. We'll pour one out for you. Oh, thanks. Hey, don't worry about it. Now get comfy, Lieutenant. You're going to have a dull trip back to Europa. Hanson turns to walk away. You leap towards him, aiming to get your hand on the way to the door to prevent it from closing. Before you take it any closer, Hanson pivots and once again levels the gun at you. Stop inches from the door. Hanson, you prick. Yeah, that's a big mood there. You yell, bang your fist on the door. You can't do this. Your head and your hands turn back to the door and sit down in your bunk. Your mind racing as you think about Vanessa's mutiny, prospect of getting court-martialed, and what might happen to Cassie. You're so angry that you barely think straight. Different thoughts rush through your mind, but you can't focus on one for long until it's replaced by another and your mind becomes a rolling storm of emotion. Eventually, after much pacing, swearing, and occasional kick delivered to the now stubbornly shut door, you manage to calm down enough to formulate a plan. She's not going to get away with this. Can't we get to the maintenance tunnels from the room? April 24th. Night Planetary Calendar 214. Following the murder of Dr. Rosarian, Lieutenant Lord takes command of the JFS Gundog, and the grounds of both the captain and their second command are unfit for duty. The first act, Captain Lord has Maris Bartholomews and Lieutenant Commander Quinn confined to the quarters on suspicion of treason. We're getting close to the hour again. Ship's officer, security officer Lieutenant Knight ought to confined her quarters after refusing to follow the new chain of command. Jovian Space, Lieutenant Knight's quarters, the Jovian patrol ship JFS Gundog. You wince and draw your hand back to the wall panel next to your bunk. After spending a half hour successfully trying to find the catch to remove the panel, all you managed to do was snag your nail on the edge and tear it. With a loud exhalation, you moved from your bed to the computer terminal on the other side of the room. You idly hit a few keys, but the only response you get from the screen displaying the same familiar text the last time you tried it. Access denied. Insufficient authority. As it was to hate her, you had given Vesta credit. Her machinations had clearly been well thought through. Nothing had been missed when it came to making sure you would remain imprisoned. I had noticed that when you'd woken earlier, that someone must have gone through your quarters whilst you were unconscious. Small items like your nail scissors and a blanket bookmark had been taken, and metal bookmark had been taken, leaving you with nothing to pry open the access panels. Don't we still have Cassie's card? And down the chair in front of the terminal, you wonder how long she'd been planning this and how much she had accounted for. Placing your elbows on your keyboard and your head on your hands, you sigh again. With every trick you learned in your time as a security officer, none of them are helping you over here. Laying back and looking at your watch, you see it's been only 6 hours since you've been in prison. Felt the rumble of Gundog's engine coming back to life about 3 hours ago. It'll only be a matter of days now until you ride back into Europa Colony. Waiting for you there, Vanessa had, while successful, was a trial for treachery. Put your hand in your hands again and on the thought. There's only one outcome to the guilty verdict on that charge. Execution. Oh, they're really getting fucking deep here. They're getting dark. I'll stop recording now, though.